Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again this week. We are going to be doing another one of our anime reviews that was very popular last time because we really liked Big Fish and Begonia, which we did recently. So this week we watched The Children Who Chase Lost Voices, or aka Journey to Agartha.
Yes.
Which is a film that I'd watched ages ago, but I recently, I've been trying for a very long time to get to watch it.
I recently watched it.
Yeah, so it's been such a long time that I had to rewatch it before we did this review. But it's going to be a bit of a quicker review because there's a lot to go over. So we might leave some of that for you guys to discover on your own.
Yes, by watching it.
Yes. But it is a film directed by Makoto Shinkai, who has actually done a lot of films. There goes my phone. A lot of films in this style, like this art, that's something that stood out straight away.
Yeah, all the posters look very visually similar. Yeah,
but the films themselves, they're beautifully
stunning.
drawn, and the vistas and the painting and the backgrounds and the mats. It's amazing. Just really
very
beautiful anime to watch. Probably a little bit more detailed than something that we watched like in Big Fish and Begonia.
Yeah.
This definitely had a lot more attention to finer details.
Yes, yes. All about details.
But story-wise, very similar.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of reminded me a little bit of, what did I say? As if Princess Mononoke and Spirited Away joined. That's what this movie reminded me of. Yeah,
so the story basically follows the life or day-to-day life of a schoolgirl called Asuna,
yeah.
And she's a very lonely girl. Like her mum works late nights. She's home on her own. She cooks. She does everything. Her dad's passed away when she was small, and she spends a lot of time alone, like cleaning the house, doing chores, washing, cooking. And the one time that you see her in her own kind of space is when she's on this mountain, listening to a crystal radio that her father had given her as a memento. And she's trying to pick up this signal that she's heard mysteriously. And she tells one of the characters later on in the movie it sounded like she heard this song once that sounded like it would be someone's heart.
Yeah.
Which is, and that's where we get introduced to the main character. And then, lo and behold, a mysterious stranger shows up. Or actually, no, a creature shows up first.
A bear.
A bear, or a giant, or kotsu they call it, I think. It's really hard to pronounce.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a Mexican walking fish. And this random stranger, this random stranger shows up, saves her life, and then she learns a bit more about this place called Agartha.
Yes.
Because the stranger tells her that's where he's from. And this stranger is Shun.
Yeah.
Who we later turns out to has a younger brother, who Shin comes to find a clavis, which is a crystal that they use to open up the gateways.
Which she didn't even know what it was.
There's a lot going on in the movie,
guys. There's so much going on. Like, we could really go on about the story forever.
The story is basically she goes on a journey with this Shin and a teacher who turns out to be kind of
like part of the military who are looking for this magical place.
They're looking for
to try to exploit it.
So it's really like the Hollow Earth theory. Like, they go underground and there's another Earth under there, basically, or another land. And it's mythology is based on life and death, and their goal while they're in Agartha is to get to the gate of life and death. So then Murasaki, the teacher, or the government guy, can try and raise his wife from the dead. And Asuna is just going because she's lonely.
Yeah, I guess that
we get the
boy
idea,
was her friend.
We get maybe is she going to try and raise her dad? Is she going to try and save the boy or Shun who died in the beginning?
Yeah.
But
So I guess this kind of leads us to the critiques. Like, what did you kind of expect from it? Because I was expecting her to go and then the question be raised of whether she's going to choose this boy that she loves or whether she'll choose to bring her dad back because that's going to make her home life better. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, look, through the entire movie, I was just watching and admiring the surroundings.
Yeah, it's stunning. Yeah, beautiful movie.
The story was interesting as well, especially when they brought up the fact that people had gone to Agartha before from the top world.
Yeah,
and they showed like a rolling pan of this, I don't know what you would call it, painting, and it had all these like historical figures, like leaders from like Caesar.
Yeah, and, that was incredible.
They had Hitler. They had,
such
like,
a big
Stalin.
statement of like where people find this beautiful world and all they want to do is destroy it.
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, they plunder it basically.
Yeah,
and that plays a lot in the theme of the movie as well. How people these days, it's all about plundering natural beauty.
Yeah, just exploiting things
for their own personal gain. And even like at the end of the movie, what's his name again? Murasaki's end goal is actually a selfish one.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to bring his wife back for himself instead of mourning her like he learns learns at the end of the movie that he can still have his wife, but he can't bring her back.
I guess what it was, I think he just missed being able to say goodbye.
Yeah.
So that's what I got from it, and that he, like, ultimately, so he goes on this journey with Asuna and starts to bond with her, but then when he really gets asked the question of whether it's going to be her or his wife, he chooses his wife and sacrifices Asuna.
Yes.
So he has his wife temporarily, and I guess in that moment he gets to say goodbye to her and then gets to grieve properly because he didn't have that closure.
Yeah.
Which was beautiful. That was, like, really lovely end to the story.
Yeah, and Asuna isn't as lonely, I suppose, at the end of the film.
Yeah.
She did lose Mimi, though, who's the cat.
Oh, God, don't even get me started. That's where I was like...
Mimi. But Mimi becomes part of the Quetzalcoatl, and...
Yeah, but still... Oh.
Just stunning imagery. That's all I can say about it.
Yeah.
Probably didn't give me the feels as much as Big Fish and Begonia.
Agreed. I mean, Mimi was pretty
this one came out in 2011.
Yeah, 11,
and this one, and Big Fish and Begonia was 2016.
Yeah, so a bit more recent.
So
yeah,
it's probably got more prevalent. Like, it's got more...
yeah, I mean, everything's like constantly adapting, like, getting better and better. So, but this was still, like, for a movie that, it's amazing. Like, I only watched it now, so...
Yeah. It holds up. That's
what I mean. Like 7 years later, it's still amazing.
That's the same with Studio Ghibli films. They still hold up.
Timeless.
So timeless films. They've got Disney has nothing on them.
Agreed.
Excuse me. But yeah, what would you have to rate it if you had to rate this one?
Honestly, I'm going to rate it pretty high.
I'm going to say one thing. I'm going to watch, now that I've seen this movie.
You're going to watch the other ones?
I'm going to watch the other ones.
Yeah.
I am a big fan of the visual.
Yeah. And also you want to make sure that they're not the exact same thing. And, like,
from what I've read, I don't think they are. They're pretty unique.
That's what I mean. Like, that's what you want. Like, you don't want things to be, like, the exact same repeated, but just, like, you want it to be a bit more creative and unique. But I don't doubt that they will be.
Yeah.
I reckon I'd give it an 8.
Look, I'm probably going to give it a 7.
So
for me, it was, it had a lot going for it in terms of visual style. The story was good as well. Probably wasn't as emotionally charged as Big Fish.
A little bit slow to develop as well.
Long. It was a long
Very
movie.
long.
Like, it was 2 hours.
Unnecessarily long, probably.
But still beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful movie. Definitely recommend, guys. 100%. Give it a go.
I kind of feel like anime these days can give people feels more than real movies now.
Yeah, I mean, if anime, I think it like, you have to like anime.
Yes, it's definitely an acquired taste.
Yeah, but definitely, like, if you do like anime, even if you don't, like, I mean, start with Studio Ghibli. Like, start working your way up to it.
Yeah.
Because I know for me, Studio Ghibli started me on my anime train.
Yeah, I'm not a super purist either when it comes to anime, so I listen to the dubbed versions because
Same.
Yeah, I'm not a purist in that way. There are some pretty bad dubs out there, but then every now and again you get good ones like these movies.
Yeah,
and they're done really well.
Yeah, definitely give it a go.
Yeah,
I'd recommend it,
guys.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Don't do that. And leave some comments as well, because we're always glad to talk to people.
Yeah, definitely.
About the movies.
Yes.
And then,
have a good week, and we'll
enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.